Barbie with Jeannie's Designs, and I'm getting ready to do a huge bag. I don't know how it's gonna go. I've never made it. We'll see. I have made the Retro Sling by Kandou Crafts, and I love it. It's actually, I carry one. This is the large version. This is the Retro-Tec Sling bag backpack. I'm making it into a sling, not a backpack. I'm thinking as I'm talking, maybe that's not a good idea because it's so big. The finished measurements are 12.5 by 9.5 by, 10 3/4 by 18 by 4. I'm just thinking out loud, sorry. I think I'm gonna make it a sling. You know, slings are the thing right now rather than backpacks, so. But that's it, the Kandou Retro-Tec by Kandou Crafts. Huge. I am using black cork and red cork and antique brass hardware. For my lining, I'm using a lightweight waterproof canvas. So, let me go over these pieces because there's a lot of pieces. In the pattern, she gives you an optional phone case. I'm not doing the phone case, at least not right now. So I'm just gonna start. Piece N is in Nancy, is the side connectors. I'm doing that out of this gorgeous burgundy cork. The reason I'm doing cork, I know it's expensive, but it's also lightweight. So because it's such a big bag, you don't want the bag to weigh more than the contents. So I'm using cork. I may regret it, we'll see. The sling bag strap connectors, there are 2 of those. And again, that's out of the red cork. And no interfacing on either of these. Now the sling bag strap connector, I may actually put a piece of Decaville light in between those, we'll see. The outer front panel base, I'm doing in the red cork with a piece of fusible fleece on it. The front pocket zipper strip, which is F, I'm doing out of my black and silver cork. Now that I say I'm doing antique bronze, I think I need to do silver hardware. Bummer. What does this one have? Yeah, I need to do silver hardware, so I'll have to go change that. That's all right. The sling bag shoulder strap, there are 2 exterior pieces out of my black cork. So I have 2 of those. And then I am using foam for that. So I have 2 pieces of foam for that. My gusset, I'm doing the same out of my black cork with my maroon lining, and I am using foam on that gusset. Wait till you see these pieces now. Let me see if I have any other smaller ones. Piece I is the upper front panel, and that's out of the black cork, and on the inside is the maroon waterproof canvas. And I am putting fleece on that one. Let's see. I'm just trying to do all my smaller pieces first, because wait till you see these huge pieces. They're just massive. My zipper pockets, piece B as in boy, there are 5 of those, and those are all out of my waterproof canvas. No interfacing. My front pocket lining, I have 2 of those out of my waterproof canvas. No interfacing. And then these are other little pieces. So this is my D-ring connectors. And these 2, I forget what they are. We'll go over them when we get there, but there are 2 other little pieces that are in addition to the cut. So this is the outer front panel, and that is, look how big that is. That is out of the black cork, and 1 of those, and then 1 out of the waterproof canvas. I'm not doing any lining on that. I may regret that. We'll see. I may have to change my mind on that. But nothing on that. And then piece H is the inner front panel. There's one exterior, which I'm doing the red cork. It's really burgundy cork. And then the burgundy waterproof canvas. And I am doing a piece of fleece on that piece. Everything's falling apart because it's so big. Huge. And then this is the Big Daddy. This is the back panel. Look how big that is. I may really regret this, but I thought, you know, I love my retro sling. So I thought, and I wanted to actually get this done before Tony and I went to Myrtle Beach and North Carolina, Raleigh. But I didn't get it done. I didn't have time. So there is one exterior and one lining, and I'm also doing the fusible fleece on this piece. And this is the black cork. And then she does give you other pieces for the backpack, and I'm not doing, so I don't have those two pieces. So I'm gonna put those over here with my phone case. I may end up doing the phone case, we'll see. And then, so for my hardware, I'm gonna change it to silver, but you need 5 zipper pulls, so I'll change all these to nickel. You need 2 swivel clasps, which are 1.5, so I'll change this to nickel. I am using black 1.5 inch webbing. You need 1.5 inch slide adjuster. Again, I'll change that to nickel. You need 1 large 1.5 inch D-ring and 3 smaller 1 inch D-rings. All I'll change to my nickel. So I'll go change all those. And then I think I have this burgundy zipper tape with nickel zipper teeth. I hope I do, because I really like this with it. We'll see. And that's it. I'm gonna use black thread, and I think that's it. So thanks for watching. This is gonna be, I don't think it's a hard bag to make. The retro sling is not hard to make. This is just huge. So that's the only thing that will take a little longer. So let's get started. Okay, just a couple things. There is a lot of prep to this pattern. So if you're doing it, she has actually several pages of preparation for you guys to do before we get started. So one of the first things we're gonna do is on the back panel, this huge, massive piece. We have already prepped 2 of our pocket pieces on the wrong side of the pocket piece, and you've drawn your zipper pocket. I don't know if you can see that very well. So then she tells you exactly where to measure and put this, and then we're gonna sew around the box and cut it just like any other zipper pocket. All right, so just like any other zipper pocket, we're gonna cut down the middle there. Oh, and I should tell you one other thing. I said I was putting fleece, and I did, but on the pattern piece, she has you cut out where your zipper pocket is gonna go. So just make sure you do that as well. I forgot to show that to you. All right, I just started that, and then I'm gonna cut it. And then just be very careful. I'm being extra careful because this is a huge piece of cork. I'd hate to mess it up. I mean, any fabric. You don't want to mess this large of a piece. So just make sure you have good lighting and very sharp scissors. Okay. All right, and then we're just going to pull that to the back. And I will go iron this. You know, you can iron cork, you just have to be very careful. I prefer not ironing directly on cork. Obviously I ironed this, but I was very careful what I was doing. Okay, let me go iron that. Press it. All right, so there's our hole for our zipper. And you want your zipper pull facing up. So I'm gonna just put one side on at a time. And I made mine a little longer than necessary on purpose. I don't like to have to really skimp when I'm trying to put a zipper in, you know. This is not even, so let me try that again. My head is probably in your way, and I'm sorry. I have to be able to see what I'm doing. All right, so that looks pretty good. All right, let's get my zipper pull. And then we'll put this other side in. Everything is so big. Oh, you guys, I don't know. This might have been a mistake. I'm not sure I've ever done anything quite this big. All right, so there you go. So now we're gonna just sew around all four sides. All right, hold on to your threads here. And we'll pull that into the back and tie it off. And something like this, I will do 3. Things like my name tag, my logo, I'll only do 2. But for something like this, definitely do 3. You can do 4 if you want to. And then burn those ends. All right. Fun. All right, now take one of your zipper pockets that you didn't do the template on. That one has a template. And we're just gonna lay that on top of our zipper and finish our zipper. And it always shrinks a little bit, so don't worry about that, but it's not quite the same size. Don't fret about that at all, because it won't be. It won't be. Especially up here. Now I'm just going to verify that we are closing this off. I'm sure we are. Yeah. Okay. So turn it right side up and we're gonna close off the entire 4 sides of the zipper. Okay. All right, so now that zipper pocket is done. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let me get what's next. All right, so in the pattern, she has you stitch across 3 rows of stitches on this back piece. And it's really just securing either your fleece or your foam. And just make sure your pocket is even. And because I'm using black, I marked mine with chalk, so it'll come right off. I mean, if you're not going to interface this step probably isn't necessary. I did put fleece on there, so I am going to do it. If you're using foam, it's probably really important to do. But just like with many patterns, some things are optional. This is probably one optional thing. So I'm just going to get a cloth and wipe off my chalk. Okay. All right, next steps are our D-rings, and there's 3 of them. And I am just using, let me put this over here. I'm using 1 piece and I'll just divide it into 3 equal pieces. And I use some 1/2-inch double-sided tape down the middle. And my piece is not even, don't worry about that. It's not important. On the ends, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be cutting it into 3 pieces. And so all I'm going to do is take the tape off, fold it into the center. And this is a 2-inch piece, no big secret again here. This is pretty standard for D-ring connectors. The raw edge is going to be on the inside here. And we're just going to stitch down both sides. Okay, now I am going to cut this even. So that I can cut it into 3 pieces. You know what I'm going to use? Where is that ruler that I had? Oh, here it is. Beautiful. So I'm just cutting that edge straight. And then I'll start from this end and divide it into 3 pieces. All right, so I cut my pieces into 3 equal pieces. And I'm just going to baste those together. I'll chain stitch these 2. Saves thread. This black cork is really nice. I've had it for a while. From Fabric Funhouse. Okay, so there's my 3 D-rings. Now we're going to take our side connectors and on the long edge, we're going to fold that down. And I'm just going to use a piece of 1/8 inch. I don't know if it'll hold or not. On the long edge and fold it down. I think it's 1/4 inch. On both. Let's see what she says. Yep, 1/4 inch. I'd be shocked if this 1/8 inch holds, but we will try it. Okay. It might. It's pretty strong. Looks like it's holding. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, then we're going to put one of our, so just like this, and we're going to fold it like this and put one of our D-rings inside, just like that. So just like that, and then we're going to stitch across there. And she doesn't have you stitch there. I don't know, I might. Let's see. So again, fold that long edge that you just folded, and then insert your D-ring just like that. And then we're going to stitch across that edge. Wow, I didn't do very good at that, did I? I'll have to mess with that. Okay. Let's do this other one. It's pretty thick, so just go slow. All right, so it's gonna go on like this. So this is my right one, and this is my one on the floor. So they'll go on like this with the, sorry, like that. And this I'm gonna just have to trim. I could tear it out and do it over, but I'm not going to, so I'm just gonna trim it. Just like that. Okay. And then we're gonna grab our back piece that we just finished, and on the pattern, I think oh no, here it is. There are marks to where you're gonna put these connectors. I'm gonna top stitch down this side and baste those together. I'm doing it. I like the looks of it better, so. Yep. Let's see. Just baste this side down. That's going on the seam. And then I'm gonna top stitch down this side. I'll burn all those little hairs. Yeah, much better. I like it. All right, now I feel better about that. All right, so now we're gonna put those here going up on either side. And we're gonna baste those in place. All right, so this is your laptop sleeve. And we are gonna sew with the foam facing up. Boy, that doesn't feel straight, does it? Let me look. Oops, so sorry. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just gonna mark this so I can get a straight stitch there. That's weird. We're gonna sew across the top and the bottom using the seam allowance in the pattern, which, yeah, right sides together. And then we'll turn it right side out. And all this is for me is some canvas fabric with a piece of foam in between for the laptop. You know, will I use it for a laptop? Or when I sell it, will someone use it for a laptop? They might. They might. Okay, let's just turn this right side out. And then we're going to baste the sides closed. Interesting. I've never made a backpack type that had a computer sleeve. Yeah, interesting. Yep, sorry. I'm gonna, got my needle caught on my clip. Now we're gonna do a 1/4 inch down each side. Okay, let's do the other side. I don't know if anybody notices, but I'm trying to hold on to my threads better. I never do it. I should. I mean, I haven't, but I'm trying to. Okay. So now she has you put some binding across the top. I'm gonna go get a piece of red or black cork, and I'll do that. All right, I got a piece of red cork. And I just put a line down the middle. And I made it a little bigger than I needed. And then I put a piece of double-sided tape on both sides. And I'm just going to center that. And then I'll sew it and cut off the excess. And I made my piece 1 1/4 inches. And the reason I did that is because there's foam in here. So it makes it a little thicker than needing just a 1 inch piece. then I'm just gonna set, I'll probably put 2 rows of stitches here. And then I'll just come across the top. Yeah. These pieces are so big, you guys. And then I'm just cutting off that excess on both ends. So that's what you have. So that's your sleeve. Now we're going to grab to the back panel lining. And we're going to attach that to the back panel lining. A certain distance up from the bottom. All right, I did put my metal tag on the back. I decided to put it on the back this time because I just like it that way. Now we're gonna take the inside panel that we just created, turn it wrong side up, and lay our back panel wrong sides together. And we are gonna baste those all the way along because this is a bound bag. All right, I put my tag on right here on this front piece. It's a beautiful thing. It is absolutely beautiful thing. All right, now we're going to start our strap. So we're going to take our slider and we're going to up, and she tells you how much for what, if you're going to do the sling or if you're going to do the backpack. So pay attention to that. And then I am going to do 2 rows of stitches. Feels like I'm getting ready to run out of bobbin. I'm going to have to check that here in a second. Okay, and one more row. You can definitely do a box here if you're good at boxes, or try it. You know, This is black on black, so I could have done a box because you wouldn't really be able to see it. But keeping with my box boycott, I'm not gonna do it. I don't like them. I don't like them. And then just burn your threads. Okay, and then we're gonna add one of our swivel clasps. Man, I burned this really good and it's still fraying. All right, one of our swivel clasps, and up and through our slider. You do have to really light that on fire. All right, so that's what you have. It doesn't look like it's very big, but it's all you need. All right, so now let me get my other two pieces. All right, so you have two of your strap pieces. Take one right side up, your strap piece, and lay the webbing that you just created right side down, centered on this round edge. And then we're gonna baste that in place, and we're gonna go over it a couple times. I got a 2.5 inch stitch length because I did my tag, but I'm just gonna leave that in place. And I'm just gonna go and do 2 rows of stitches. So just like that. Now we're going to take our other piece and lay that right side together. And I'm going to use some Wonder Clips for this. And you're thinking, well, where's your foam? I'm going to insert the foam here in a minute after I get this stitch together. When you're doing this, just make sure that you're not catching your strap in your seam allowance. You wouldn't want to do that. This is just like the regular Retro Sling. I don't think I put foam in that one. I probably should have, but it's not a big bag. This one, I think, really needs the foam because it's a big bag. All right. Now, let's see what my seam allowance is. Okay. So we're gonna stitch on the sides and on the curved edge at the seam allowance in the pattern. Pull it out. Just go slow with this part. I mean, you can, once you get some of it turned, you can pull your webbing, but you don't want to pull too hard. Just like that. You want to get most of it turned because it's not going to come through anyway. It's going to take a little time, and that's okay. pull gently. And I have just the tool for something long like this. I have my little knitting needles. However, you're going to have to be very careful not to poke through your fabric. That would be disastrous, actually. Just go slow. And you know what I could do? Let me see if I can get it out. No, I can't. It's too long. It's okay. We'll just go slow. Get those curves poked out pretty good. Actually, it looks pretty good. Okay. I'm gonna clip this. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Just so I can determine what size my foam piece needs to be. Before I top stitch, after I put my foam in there. Okay, so the width is right at 3 inches, the width. And the length, I think I'll make it almost 14. I've got a piece right here. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna go cut my foam. All right, so I cut my piece of foam, and now this is you're gonna have to fiddle with this because I think it takes some time. So I'm gonna kind of fold it in half and get it in as far as I can. And then I'll use my knitting needle. Yeah, it's up there, okay. To get it pushed up there. Going, it's not really too bad, actually. You just gotta make sure it stays flat and then it's all the way. Oh my gosh, it went in just like that. Oh yeah, that's gonna be very nice. So it's all the way to the end and it's flat. Oh gosh, I love it. All right, now we're gonna grab our other D-ring, and our D-ring goes right here. And if you can see, I've got about a little more than 3/4 inch of where there's no foam right here. And then I'm gonna attach my D-ring in the center there. Let me just mark it. And then we'll close off this bottom. This is going together much easier than I anticipated. I'll just say that. I didn't anticipate that it would be terrible. Oh, let me make sure I've got this on the right side. Let me see. Nope. No. So pull your, yeah. So this is the right side. Your D-ring needs to be on this side. Okay. Yep. And we're just going to close off that end. While we attach that D-ring. I should have made that D-ring red. I didn't think about that. Too late. All right. All right, so the next thing you're going to do, that's finished for the very moment. We're going to do our anchor piece. And we're going to, so I have right sides together. And we're going to sew down the sides only. At the seam allowance in the pattern. Okay. And do the other side. Okay, now we're going to trim these corners here, just like that. And across this top. Man, it's so hard to see because this is so dark. Okay. Got a little hang here. I'm going to just trim that off. All right, so that's what you have. You trimmed here and here and here and here. And now we're going to attach this. I know, I love it. And we're going to pull that in just like that. And it fits perfectly with this end at this short end. Your D-ring is in there, so it's very thick, so keep that in mind. Okay, so just like that. And then we're gonna stitch seam allowance in the pattern. Keep in mind, I gotta just make sure my D-ring is out of the way. I don't want another disaster. And I'm just gonna go really slow because it's pretty thick right there. No, I don't think she tells you to do it again. We're going to top stitch, so I think it'll be okay. All right, so I already snipped those, so now I'm just going to pull it through. Oh, cute, 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 cute. All right, let's push out our corners here as good as we can. I need to go grab that tool that Lisa sent me. It's over on the other table. Okay, that turned out really good. Now we're gonna close this. And I'll have to trim that up, and that's okay. Yeah, just close that opening. Okay. Oh, gosh, you guys, that is so cute. All right, all right, so full disclosure, I put my D-ring on the wrong side. So it should be on with this laying flat and your slide adjuster up. The D-rings should be over here. So I just had to redo that. So just keep that in mind when you're putting these on. You want them to be right side up. And this is the last D-ring here. Like I've said many times in my videos, I make mistakes just like everybody else, and I would say 99% of them are fixable. It just takes a little extra time, which, you know, hurts my feelings sometimes, but I am okay with it because I'd much rather have the right finished end result than to have something that's not quite right. Now, I have searched and searched, and I don't see anywhere where she tells you to top stitch, but in her photos in the pattern, it shows top stitching. Let me read through it one more time. I don't see it anywhere, so I'm gonna just top stitch. Okay, so that's what you should have. That's a beautiful thing. It's nice and cushy. It needs to be because it's a heavy bag. All right, let me see what's next. Oh, the next thing is we're gonna attach it to our bag. All right, let me get my pieces. So now we're gonna add a grab handle. And I do like grab handles. This is optional, but especially with this size of a bag, I personally think you're gonna want a grab handle. I don't think I have one on my smaller one, actually. And that's just a 1/8 piece of black webbing. That's all it is. All right, now we're gonna grab our back panel that we finished. And I have my center marked, but I'm just gonna double check it. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Okay. So there's our back panel. I'm getting stuff all over me. And with this laying flat, we are going to center that strap onto our back panel. This is actually going together much quicker than I thought. I know, I think I said that already, but I'm kind of surprised. All right, now we're just gonna base that in place. So your D-rings are up and your strap is up, right side up. Okay. And then we're gonna just base that in place. I'm really glad I used cork because this is, even with the cork, it's heavy. It's big, 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 big bag. All right. So that's the back panel with your two D-rings attached with them going up. Your strap is attached. It's all nice and cushy. And your grab handle. Very, very cute. All right, I'm gonna set that aside and get my other pieces. All right, so take your base, your outer base piece, and create your darts. And I did put a piece of fleece on this. And then we're gonna just sew those darts using the seam allowance in the pattern. Oops, I got my coffee over here. Dangerous. Okay, it didn't quite. You just don't want anything peeking through there. Perfect. And do the same over here on the other side. Okay. Let me just see if we're supposed to, I'm sorry if I hit that. Nope, she didn't have you trim it. That's okay, that's good. Okay, so now you have two darts there. Now this next piece feels weird, but I think I did this on the other, I'm not sure if I did it on the smaller version or not. I don't think I did. So she has you measure on the wrong side of your outer front piece, the one that has the odd shape, measure up. And I'm just going to make sure, yeah, I know, it feels weird. And we're gonna cut that off. And discard this piece. I'll probably save it. Since it's cork, I can use it for D-ring connectors or something. All right, then we're gonna, on our straight edge here, we're gonna attach this to this piece. Oops. You want to do it right sides together. Hello. Mhm. This seam right here, just on the corners, just to reduce some bulk there. Okay. We're getting there, guys. This is pretty amazing. Okay, interesting. Hold on. I'm not top stitching. Yeah, she said this is optional, but I'm doing it. So with your seam going down, we're going to add a row of top stitching to the base. I sneezed right during top stitching. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Oh yeah, I would do it. I think it looks so good to have that row of top stitching. It's a weird shape, so, but there you go. That's how it looks. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is gonna be a gorgeous bag. Now she says you can add a label down here or here. I like my label up there, so I'm good with that. All right, let me get my next steps ready and we'll do the next one. Okay guys, another cut that feels weird. So on this piece that we just put our base piece on, you're gonna measure down from the top, and the markings are actually on your pattern piece, and you're gonna cut those two pieces. Separate those two pieces. I know it feels weird. This is where your zipper's going though. Okay. All right, now you can lay that piece aside for just a minute or two. And now with this piece, right side up, and like this. I'm sorry, I was looking. Take your front pocket zipper strip and fold it in half. And we're gonna add that. I kind of wish I'd done red here, but it doesn't matter actually. And then we're gonna add that to this long edge. And if you wanted to, you could base this in place. If you're using cotton, you could iron it. That would probably be good. Okay. All right, so that's what you should have. And now we're gonna stitch that on with the seam allowance in the pattern. Look at these little baby scissors. They're so cute. Okay. All right, let's see what she tells you. Now we're gonna trim this. And then she wants you to trim as close as you can, just the zipper strip. And this just takes a little time to do. It's very doable though. I mean, I'm not having any trouble doing it. Okay. And then you're gonna trim any excess on the sides. Okay. Carolyn is a very smart woman. All right, let me read through the next step. All right, so take your zipper. She tells you what length it is. And right sides down with your zipper end on the right. So here's what you should have. Your zipper end, and I made mine a little longer so I could get it off of my piece. And then we're gonna stitch that on with the seam allowance in the pattern. Now grab one of your front zipper pocket pieces, and it looks like this, and lay it right sides down. And then we're going to stitch that at the seam allowance in the pattern. All right. Okay, so pull it up. It's weird. It's weird. So pull it up just like this. Yeah. It's a little hard to do. I'll just tell you, because it doesn't naturally want to do this. So let me clip it and I'll show you. So with that seam behind our zipper panel, this is what you should have. So here's your pocket, here's your zipper panel and your zipper. So just like that. And then we're gonna grab our other, okay, well, I gotta read this. All right, so take the lower half with the bottom outer that we made before, and we're gonna put that on top of our zipper that is exposed now. Okay, so this is what you should have. Here's the piece that we just added the lining to. We folded our zipper flap out of the way, and we're gonna baste this in place. Based, so it's not really based at the seam allowance in the pattern. All right, so now we're gonna take our remaining front lining piece, and I think we did do this, or we did this with another one of her patterns. And we're gonna cut off from the long straight edge, we're gonna cut a 1/2 inch off. And you might ask why she just didn't tell us to do that when we cut the pieces out. Well, then she'd have to have another whole pattern piece for it. This is fine. It's only a 1/2 inch. Okay. Whoops, I'm getting caught. And then we're gonna add that. Here's our lining piece. We're gonna add that right sides together on top of our lining piece. Creating our pocket. Man, somebody is making lots of noise. And then we're going to sew that together at the seam allowance in the pattern. Now you have your zipper pocket in here. Yeah. Look at that. Huge, huge zipper pocket. All right, now what I am going to do is, yeah, you don't want to, you want this top piece that we just put on there, up under here, because we're gonna stitch just the top stitch on this bottom piece. This will help prevent it from sticking just like it did to me. Okay, so it makes number one. Here, let me just show you. Your pocket piece that you just put on is up. Otherwise, we would close our zipper, and we don't want to do that. We're only top stitching the bottom zipper pocket and the bottom piece right along our zipper. Just make sure everything's nice and flat. Oh, guys. Oops, I didn't fold my threads, and look what I got. A big nest of stuff. It's my own fault. All right, so that's what you have so far. It's a beautiful thing. All right, what's next? Okay, now we're gonna take our two zipper pocket pieces and clip those together and sew them closed. So there was a method to her cutting off that 1/2 inch piece. She's a smarty. All right. So you can do it any way you want. It's probably easier to do it this way. Let me see. I think I'm gonna start over here and then I'll finish it on this side. Let's see. Just be sure your zipper's out of the way. Oh, yeah. And what's our seam allowance? Okay. All right, now we're just gonna stitch that pocket closed. All right, so now your zipper is closed, your pocket. I'm gonna pull my zipper in. Oh, you guys, it's so cute. All right, now what we want to do is pull that down. I'm gonna leave my zipper out there and we're gonna top stitch right along this seam with the seam going up. Yeah, right here. And that's gonna help keep our flap down. Get everything out of the way here. Yep. And just make sure seam is going up. And that your zipper pocket's out of the way. Cute. I do kind of wish I'd done that flap in red, but you know, once you make something, you can think about, well, I would do a different fabric here. Okay, there you go. There is the front. Cow. Oh my gosh, look at that. I love it. Okay, I have to go get another 2-inch piece to attach my other swivel clasp. I don't know how I ended up with one short piece. I could use a piece of webbing. Let me think about that. Okay, one thing you do want to do is stitch down these sides, your flap. Just base them down on both ends. Make sure your zipper pulls inside before you do it on this end. Okay, and then I'll cut off my excess zipper. And I'm gonna burn those ends pretty good. All right. Now, take your other swivel clasp, 1.5 inch, and use either your cork or whatever fabric you want to. And I just use a piece of webbing, and I'm just going to base that along the edge. I love those little scissors. Can't tell you how much. All right, then we're going to add this to our top piece right here, right in the center. And I'm going to center this just so I'm sure that I'm getting it in the center. I know, it's a little anal. This is a 1.5 inch piece. 1, 2, 3. Yep. I know. I'm weird. All right, then we're going to add that centered and baste that in place with the swivel clasp going down. I gotta go check on my husband. He's been working outside. And it's very hot. Very hot. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so take your lining piece for the outer front panel and lay it right side up, and take the piece that you've been working on and lay it right side down. So the two right sides are together. Clip those in place. I just went and checked on my husband. He is fine. And I got him a piece of watermelon. He got a watermelon at Sam's yesterday. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Very sweet, no seeds. Very tasty. So we're just clipping, and we're just gonna be sewing this top portion. So use as many clips as you need to and clip it in place. This is gonna be a long video, guys. It's a big bag. Lots of pieces. Okay. And now we're gonna stitch that together. Oh, you know what? Hold on, let me wind a new bobbin. All right, we're gonna stitch with the seam allowance in the pattern along this curve, across the top, and down, and that's it. All right, where's my scissors? Now we're going to flip this top edge, not where your swivel clasp is, just the top edge and corner. And then you're not gonna clip this, but you are, trim it, but you are gonna clip your curve all the way down, so that when you turn it, you have a nice edge. So do that on both sides. Don't overdo it as far as getting close to your stitches. Okay. All right, very cute. Now we're gonna pull that out. And it comes out pretty easily, I will say. It did on the other one too. And my beautiful thing tag is right there. I love it. All right, I'm just gonna push out my corners up here. Gentle, be very gentle. All right, so that's what you have. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. All All right, now we're gonna top stitch, I believe. I'm gonna clip it though first. Okay, my lining wasn't fitting, and I'm like, what is wrong here? I forgot to put my darts in my lining. So don't forget to add the darts to your lining piece. You'll figure it out when you try and attach these two, because they won't go together. They won't fit. Nothing's fitting. What movie is that from? Nothing's fitting. All right, then stitch those closed, for heaven's sakes, Bard. All right, one more to go. Oh, I am so sorry. That was not good. See how big this is? It just gets in the way of everything. You put it in your camera. All right, now let's see how it fits. And you can nestle your seams here. I would. Definitely. Oh, hello. That fits 100% better. And your seams here are going to want to go one way or the other, so just let them do their thing. Mm-hmm. All right, so I finished that, and I did put 2 rivets there just to give it a little more strength. And I make sure when you do that, you don't put your rivet in your stitching, because that'll weaken your stitches. Okay, so there's the front panel done. Now we're going to take our inside lining piece and place our zipper pocket where she tells you to in the pattern, and we're going to sew those pieces on our right sides together, and we're going to sew our zipper box. All right, so your internal zipper pocket is done and it's closed off. Now she has an interesting next step, and it's optional, to do a little pocket beneath that zipper pocket, and I'm gonna do it. I kind of really like the idea. It's a little pocket for pens and whatnot. Let me see if I'm doing this the right way. Yeah. And we're gonna sew it. Leaving one side open. I'm just doing a 1/4 inch seam. I still have not changed my bobbin. I know. You just never know. All right, so now let's cut our corners here so we can get a nice, decent corner. Turn it right side out. And I'm gonna go press this, but get your corners as nice and sharp as you can. And let me go under it. All right, so turn that right side out. Then you just need to top stitch this side closed. You guys, I won the bobbin war. Yes, I did. I did. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. I already have another bobbin ready to go. I don't know if it's going to be enough to finish the bag. I hope so. It's not quite a full bobbin, but I think it will work. All right, and then for this, I did grab a piece of black cork to put on the top. You don't have to do that. I actually really like the that top piece. Just a little accent. Nothing fancy. And this is extra long. I know that. It's okay. Okay, now I'm gonna stitch that. Top stitch that. And then I will, man, I am dropping clips all over the place. I'll cut off my extra. and divide it and make it some pen pockets. I like that idea, really. It's a big bag. You don't want to be digging for pens, you know, if you can avoid it. All right, I'm gonna just burn my little threads here. All right, so now I'm trying to decide. I don't think I would use this for a cell phone pocket. So what I'm gonna do, where's my chalk? I'm gonna make each, let's see, I'm thinking as I go. This first one, I'm gonna make 1 3/4 because there'll be a seam on that side. The next one, I'm gonna do 1 1/2. And then I'll leave the rest of it open. You only need 2 pen pockets. I mean, who carries tons of pens anymore? I don't, but that doesn't mean others don't. All right, now I'm gonna put this centered, and she gives you some measurements. Yeah, that's not quite even. There we go. Okay. What you do want to do is make sure your pocket is up and out of the way that you created earlier. And just make sure it's pretty straight on there. I'm going to come back and do those 2 pen pockets. All right, then I'm going to come up from the bottom and just create those 2 pen pockets. Nothing really fancy. Make sure your zipper pocket's out of the way. Nothing fancy to it. One more. I really like this option, personally. And sometimes there's options that I would never do. This is not one of them. This is one that I would highly suggest that you do. Okay. Let's just try it. Grab a pen. Perfect. That is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Here's another pen. Perfect. Yeah, you could use this other pocket for anything you want. I probably wouldn't put my cell phone in there, but you could. You definitely could. So do what you choose to do. me just burn these threads just a tiny bit. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna take our front piece that is red for me, and we're gonna put those wrong sides together and stitch those together. All right, so take your front piece with your zipper pocket and put that on top of your exterior. So there's my exterior, and there's the zipper and the pocket we just created. So we're gonna put those together, clipping them, and then we'll baste them in place. All right, so take your upper panel. Let me get this out of the way. Upper front panel, the one that looks like this, and lay it in front of you like this. Make sure you've centered on the top and the bottom, and that you've also centered your zipper. I am using 2 zipper pulls. You don't have to. I think it's a good idea. And then stitch off the ends of your zipper so your zipper pulls don't fall off. And then we're gonna clip our zipper wrong sides up. So our right sides of our panel, front panel, and our zippers are together. And we're gonna clip that all the way around. It's a little bit of a curve. I don't know what she calls this. My guess is this is definitely intermediate. It might even be advanced intermediate. I don't know. I'll look here in a second. I don't know if she puts that kind of thing on her patterns or not. Okay. All right, and then we're going to baste that at the seam allowance in the pattern, and go slow. Little baby scissors. So cute. All right. Very very cute. All right, let me see. And the next thing is we're gonna take our lining piece, and I need to center my lining. Okay. And we're going to, let's see, it's hard to tell which is the right and wrong side of this lining. And we're going to add our lining right on top of where we just stitched and clip that together. So your zipper is right in the middle, and we're stitching the same side of the zipper. All right, so we're going to stitch that together, and then she tells you to clip. I don't know, guys. I don't like clipping my zipper tape. Let's see. I really do not want to clip my zipper tape. Let me just let me zip it up and see how it looks. Yeah, I'm not doing it. Nope, I'm not doing it. Because now we're going to top stitch that. And I'm just looking to see if I can get away without doing the clipping. Yeah, I'm not going to clip it. And I would encourage you not to clip your zipper tape. It weakens your zipper tape, and I just think it's not a good idea. Just my opinion. All right, now I'm going to top stitch that. So my lining and my front top are wrong side. All right, I decided to use foam on my gusset, and I sprayed adhered it because it has some adhesive, but it doesn't stick very well. So now with your gusset, your zipper gusset laying like this, attach your bottom gusset on each side and stitch along each corners. The same amounts in the pattern. On both sides. This is not like any other, this is just like any other gusset, I should say, because it just has a different shape. That's it. And it does. It has a very odd shape, which is just like the smaller version. Okay, now we're going to attach the lining the same way. So here's our lining. I got to figure out which is my right side. And we're going to attach that linings right sides together. Okay, and do the other ends. I'm just making sure I'm not going to go over anything hard. Okay. Huge gusset, guys. Huge. Huge. Very big. All right, now she wants you to clip these sides just on the corners. And then I'm gonna just trim my zipper. On both sides. All right, you guys, we're running out of pages and pieces. Beautiful thing. All right, so now we're going to turn it right side out, and we're going to top stitch with our gussets wrong sides together. Let me see. Again, this is just like every other. If you've done a zipper gusset before, it's exactly the same. It's just that the shape is very different. That's it. Which makes it a little more complicated, honestly. That's why it's an intermediate to advanced bag. All right, let's stitch those. Top stitch those. And just make sure everything's nice and taut. You don't need to pull it really hard. And you're top stitching on the bottom gusset. Although, yeah, on the bottom gusset. So just like that. It's a beautiful thing. All right, let's do the other side. I clipped it and that didn't really help me. It's funny. Sometimes those hair clips they just don't hold. And this cork can be very slippery. So it just doesn't hold cork hardly at all. Okay. right now, I guarantee you, yep, we're going to, and I'm going to use one of the clips. Clip the bottom gusset together and baste that together on both sides. Okay, do a couple things first. Put your seams together here, clip those together and mark the centers here and here. And then just make sure that your center is marked on the bottom of your curved gusset and that your centers are marked on your zipper tape. Okay. All right, so lay your, put your top portion into your front pocket there so it's out of the way. And then lay your gusset, I know this is a little confusing. Lay your gusset on the table with the lining side out. And then put your front panel inside. And I want my clips. Yeah, no, just like that, sorry. And then we're gonna clip this at each point on our centers before we do any of the curves or anything. And you're gonna need lots of clips. It's a big piece. And that's okay. Okay. Then take this top portion with your center, which my center is right there. And we're gonna center that on our zipper that doesn't have anything attached to it yet. Just like that. And then, so I'm going to show you here because I think this is confusing. I did it wrong to start with and then I had to undo it. I didn't get too far. Oop, that clip's broken. Okay, so that's what you have. So your inside lining is facing up and it is attached to the outside lining. If you turn it over, you have your right sides, your exteriors together, okay? Then we're gonna clip these two, and I've got all kinds of hairs hanging out here. Okay. And I've got another one there. And then we want to make sure that the bottom of our, where is it? Our flap is on the top of our gusset. So, let me show you here, you can see it. So here's the bottom of our flap right here. And that's going to be right above the bottom gusset. Okay. Lots of clips. It's going to take lots of clips. All right, let's do the same thing over here. What did I do? Right below that. Okay. Yeah. Oh dear, that clip is breaking right in front of my... I'll be shocked if that doesn't break. Okay. So, let me just make sure that we've got that right. Yeah, it's even. All right, then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clip my zipper first, just to see if I've got it pretty. Oh yeah, that is actually perfect. It should nestle in there very nicely if you've followed her seam allowances, which I tried to. Okay, let's do this other side of the zipper. Oh, I have to go find some more clips. Thing's so big. I would pull your zipper in the middle there. You don't need any potential intrusions. It might help to undo our zipper. Let's see. It feels a little off here. So I'm just kind of... It's a big curve. Big curve. So take your time in clipping it. Okay. All right, now let's do these bottom ones. We might have to clip our corners. We'll see. Down here. I mean, using foam doesn't really help, honestly. It just makes everything a little more challenging because it's so thick, personally. You know, and if there ends up being some little you know what I mean, little, can't think of the word. Darts or seams or something on these corners, it's okay. It's really okay. You guys, I'm almost out of clips. How can that be? Yeah, this side's fitting much better. So I'm gonna, before I do anything, I'm gonna just make sure everything is nice and straight. All right, let's see here. Yeah, that's actually perfect. Look at that. Look at, you can't even see it all. Oops, you can't even see it all because it's all, it's so big. Yeah. It's so big. All right, I'm just adding a few extra clips. All right, then I'm gonna sew it with the gusset up. But let me read ahead. Okay, I'm gonna start on the bottom. And I read ahead, but I didn't look at my seam allowance. Oh, okay. So you have 2 seam allowances here, so just pay attention to that. One for the gusset and one for the zipper. All right, that looks really good. Honestly, you know, there's already a dart down here, so if there are a couple puckers, that's what I was looking for earlier. If there's a couple puckers down there, which there is, it's okay. That is absolutely okay, but look at that massive thing. And there's the inside. Massive. All right, next step. All right, she suggests you bind it once you get one side done, which I think is actually a good idea. And I didn't have any more of this, but I have this for binding. It's a little darker and it'll be just fine. But I'm gonna put 2 pieces together just to make sure I have enough. And if you've never had to do that, let me show you what I did. So I laid the first piece is right side up, the second piece is right side down, and I laid them crisscross and then I trimmed them and sewed, and now there's 1 piece. I'll do it on these other 2 pieces that I can't, here it is. And if there's any selvage, cut that off. Don't need that. All right, so 1 piece right side up, the other piece right side down, and laid them together just like that. And then we're going to sew it at an angle. My husband is texting me from the other room. So I sewed it at an angle just like that, and then I'll cut it off. And if there's any dog ears, I'll cut that off too. What's he saying? Oh, too bad. Oh, hold on. So I did cut mine at 1.25. It may be too big, and if it is, that's okay. I'm gonna do, let me see. I don't want this seam to be on the top. So if I start it here, how far can I get around? Oh, plenty. All right. Okay. It's a beautiful thing. Let's just clip it all the way around. And just like any other binding, if it isn't perfect, nobody's gonna know the difference. Obviously, you want to do your best. Now, did I need to do 1.25? Probably not. And that's okay. Now, when I get up to this zipper, I'm going to be very careful not to overextend on the zipper side. I don't want it, in fact, let me open my zipper. I don't want it catching my zipper so that when I go to open it, it creates a headache for me. So if I have to have some extra on the other side, that'll be fine. So on the other side, I probably won't do more than an inch. Although I already cut it, so I might as well use it. Very tedious process, guys. Very. Take your time. It's worth it. You know, there are people that don't even clip the binding. They just get it started, clip it, and get it started, and then they just go. And I'm like, oh. If it was a small bag and not a lot of curve, I probably could do that. But I'm just like, I don't want to. Not on this huge, expensive material bag. Yep, not doing it. Okay, we almost have it clipped all the way around. That's amazing. And I almost just needed one length. Wow, not quite. I wouldn't have made it with one. This side with the zipper is the most critical side because you don't want to get it caught. The other one is obviously important too, but not nearly as critical because there's no zipper to worry about. Okay, oh my gosh, look at that. We almost made it, not quite. Okay, then I'll fold that over. Just so there aren't any raw edges showing there, although it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, let's see how it looks. All right, let's do it. Do I change my thread? I am going to, so it matches. Hold on. All right, let's do our binding. I'll do it on fast forward. All right, that wasn't too bad. So now I'm just going to put the binding on this other side. And I did get a flashlight. I know it sounds weird. And looked inside just to make sure. On the smaller one, if I remember, I just went ahead and turned it right side out so I could make sure. This one is so big, I didn't really want to do that. So I just got a little flashlight and looked inside, and it all looks pretty good. We'll see. I think it's fine. This one was easier because it doesn't have the zipper. Yep. All right, guys, let's turn it. The binding looks really pretty good. This is going to take a little bit of time. Okay. Honestly, that was easy. Very easy. Wow. I'm actually very surprised. Okay, let's just poof out our corners here on all the sides. The binding really helps with that, I'll tell you. Yeah. Let's see how it zips, guys. Oh my. Wow. And here you go. Make sure our pocket is good back there. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's pretty good, guys. Let me see. How massive it is. Pretty massive. All right, let me turn you around. Look at how big that is. It covers my entire chest. And I'm small, but I'm not small. You know what I mean? I'm short and probably small boned, but I'm not small. Look at the size of that. Oh my gosh. So if you want to get in it, you just open it up. You can put all kinds. I mean, that pocket there is massive. Then you can open this. And you've got a zipper pocket here. Huge. And you've got your pen pockets here. And you've got your computer pocket there. Oh. And on the back, you've got that security pocket back here, which is huge. Now, can I wear it on my back? Let's see. Yeah. I'd have to switch it to wear it on my back. Switch it around on the, oh my gosh. Look how big that is. Let me go grab my, the one that I carry every day, the smaller version of this, so you can see the difference in the size. So hold on. Okay, guys. So here's the one I made today, and I undid the thing just because I was messing with it. So there's that one, and here's the one I carry every day. So this is the Retro-Tec. It's a computer bag, backpack, sling, and then here's the one I carry every day. And I put my computer in here. So it's got the computer sleeve. So the computer fits in there. This is a, I don't know, it's a Microsoft Surface computer. Look at that. Just slides in that computer sleeve perfectly. And there is room. You know, this would be perfect for a college student or even a mom. You could put all kinds of things in here. And I forgot. So you have the inside, which has the zipper pocket here. It's got, I'm glad I put the pen pockets. It's got 2 pen pockets right there. And it's got that computer sleeve. That's what's on the inside. And then on the outside, you have this huge slip pocket here under, and it's protected here. And then I forgot, you have this huge hidden pocket here on the front. It's massive. Oh my gosh, you guys. And then on the back, you have that, I call it the protective pocket for like things you want to keep close to your body. And it's massive too. You can wear it on the right side, left side. Oh my gosh. I've never seen anything like it. I've never made a bag this big. But it is perfect for a mom that needs all kinds of stuff. It's probably not, it probably isn't a diaper bag, but you could certainly use it. But if you've got kids, you know, a kid or 2 or 3, and you want to carry all kinds of snacks, you want to carry a little game board, this is your bag. Look at that. And it's got a nice gusset, and you can wear it across your shoulder to keep everything safe. And you could make it into a backpack if you wanted to. The slings are just so in right now, and this is cork, so it doesn't weigh much. So this one, it actually weighs probably as much as this one because this is out of vinyl. And it has mostly the same features. It has this zipper pocket here There is no hidden pocket. On the back, you have the protective pocket back here on the back. And then on the inside, you have the zipper here, and you have a nice big sleeve. That's where I put my phone. And then on the inside, you just have a slip pocket, a nice full slip pocket. But then there's plenty of room. This one holds a small bottle of water. My Jordan pouch, my purse pouch, my sunglasses, and my sanitizer, because that's usually what I carry every day. That's what I carry every day. I love this thing. So that is the Retro-Tec, and it also has a handle to grab and go. And you can use this up here or this to hang it somewhere if you wanted to, or the sling. I got a bunch of cleanup to do here. But Kandou crafts the Retro-Tec Sling. It's a bound bag, and the binding is not bag. It is, I would say, an intermediate to advanced sewist, just because the size and the amount of pieces, the number of zippers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess there's just 4 zippers. Is that right? Yeah, 4 zippers. A computer sleeve, slip pocket. Oh my gosh. So this one will be for sale on my website. I haven't decided how much. It's all cork, and waterproof canvas, and it took me all day to make it. But it is gorgeous. It is really just, it's a beautiful thing. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click like, subscribe, and comment, and feel free to share this video. I love it, actually. Have a good night. Bye-bye.